Concerns are being raised about legislation fast-tracked by Speaker Dustin Burrows' leadership team that seems to benefit the business interests of a Democrat lawmaker. This is Thursday, April 3rd, 2025.
Texas Scorecard presents the day's first news for the Lone Star State, the Texas Minute, with your host, Michael Quinn Sullivan.
Welcome into Thursday. Thanks for spending part of your day with the Texas Minute. We would certainly appreciate it if you'd give us a good rating on your podcast app. This helps us help others find the show. Let's get into the news. The U.S. Department of Justice has charged a left-wing cyber activist from Canada with hacking and stealing sensitive data from the Republican Party of Texas. The hack was allegedly committed in retaliation against the Texas Heartbeat Act, which prohibits abortions when fetal heartbeats are detected. The hacking incident took place on September 11, 2021. The charges against Aubrey Cottle could result in up to 5 years in federal prison. The man has already been arrested by Canadian officials who are exploring additional charges. Cottle has claimed on LinkedIn to have founded Anonymous, that's the decentralized hacker group that's devoted to left-wing causes. The Houston Independent School District is accused of illegal electioneering by the Office of the Attorney General. At issue is the district's use of taxpayer dollars to promote its $4 billion bond measure, which voters rejected in November. Houston ISD budgeted $2 million for a campaign to promote the bond, which included advertisements, mailers, and social media outreach. Critics, including parents and state officials, have questioned the legality of the district's actions. The Texas Election Code states that employees and officers of political subdivisions, including schools, can't knowingly spend or authorize the spending of public funds for political advertising. The next steps by the Attorney General's office have not been announced, but could involve a full investigation or civil penalties if evidence of wrongdoing is substantiated. The embattled Texas Lottery Commission has fined its primary lottery operator, IGT Solutions, $180,000 for violating its contract by making political contributions in the state. The penalty comes weeks after Texas Scorecard first reported on the contributions and amid growing concerns over the lottery's operations. Most notable, of course, is a bulk purchasing event back in 2023 that lawmakers have called a money laundering operation. Campaign finance records show that IGT has contributed more than $280,000 to various political causes since 2015. These donations raise questions about potential violations of the, quote, improper influence clause in the company's contract with the state. According to its contract with the state, IGT can be fined up to $10,000 for every violation of the improper influence clause. In this case, the Lottery Commission is assessing fines for 18 political contributions. In response to the sanction, IGT has sued the state, claiming its contributions were not made in violation of its contract because they went to caucus functions rather than specific lawmakers. For example, IGT claims that the political donations that it made to the Mexican-American Legislative Caucus was simply for, quoting here, golf outings. It's unclear if IGT was sanctioned for a $25,000 donation that it made to then-House Speaker Dennis Bonin's Texas Leads PAC back in 2020. Such political contributions to leadership political action committees are routinely viewed and described as purchasing access. The Texas Minute will be right back.
The Luke Macias Show is your access to what happens behind closed doors in Texas politics. Listen weekly to me, your host, Luke Macias, as I break down what is actually happening in conservative politics in the Lone Star State, a state that we all love and cherish. Listen weekly wherever you listen to podcasts. This show is a product of Texas Scorecard.
A Democrat lawmaker is under scrutiny at the Texas Capitol after pushing legislation that could benefit his private real estate firm while taxpayers are left footing the bill. State Representative Rafael Anchia of Dallas filed a bill this session that appears to crack down on housing finance corporations. Those are entities used by developers to secure long-term 99-year property tax exemptions under the guise of affordable housing. But while Anchia claims to be reining in these deals, his own firm, Civitas Capital Group, profits directly from them. Civitas has used HFCs to develop at least 6 housing projects across the state. Due to their tax-exempt status, those developments represent more than $167 million in property value that's shielded from taxation. Anchia filed his legislation in February, just weeks later after questions started emerging. Republican State Representative Cecil Bell of Magnolia, who chairs the committee that would hear the matter, filed an identical piece of legislation, but with a lower bill number and fast-tracked for a hearing. None of that would happen, Capitol insiders note, without the approval of Speaker Dustin Burrows. It's worth noting that Anchia was a strong supporter of Mr. Burrows's run for the speakership. It also seems like every property owner in Texas would like to get on Anchia's special 99-year property tax exemption, but of course they won't let you. You can find the details on this story and the others mentioned today and keep up with the latest news by visiting TexasScorecard.com. This edition of the Texas Minute was based on the original reporting of Ian Camacho, Joseph Trimmer, Daniel Greer, and Brandon Waltons. It was produced by Nick Shepard. I look forward to seeing you out around the Lone Star State. Have a great day.